Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back once again for another Let's Play of Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo, and if you didn't miss out there on the last one, well, we just went and paid off our very first mortgage of our house, and that does mean a new set arrival is going to be making his appearance in our way of Prox Land, and that, of course, is going to have to be with Mr. Tortimer. Wake up, you old man. Yes, and he's finally here, finally awoken, and now he's going to go out of his way to introduce himself. Now, a little bit later on, we will be meeting up with this guy a little bit more within our way. He'll get us all situated on how we're going to be able to go and show up to the actual said Tortimer Island, and there will be a said type of cameo appearance that will be happening later on, and that is going to be from a said type of person that was all the way back in Wild World, and now all of a sudden back here in the New Leaf game, and that, of course, is going to have to be with Kappa. Now, if you guys don't know, he was originally the said taxi driver at the very beginning of, well, for us to kind of get ourselves introduced into the way of how our town was going to be in City Folk and with everything to do with Wild World as well. And yeah, it's pretty cool to go and see that Kappa is going to be the boat driver, and he will be doing his normal type of daily singing within our way of trying to cross through each of the different said places as we go back from Tortimer Island to back to our said original town that's going to be here. Now, mind you, I'm not going to show you guys every single type of song that Kappa is going to go and do, because it gets a little bit annoying and monotonous as time goes on. So I'm going to just probably just do it from the trip forward and the trip back, and then after any other times that we have to go back to Tortimer Island, I'm not going to show you guys. I'm just going to repeatedly tap on the A button to make sure that we skip through everything on that. But it looks like we got some new type of mail here. Looks like we got something there about with Filbert. He's thinking about us, which that's pretty nice. It's always good for somebody to go and think us about with something that's going on here. And just to kind of give you guys some personal things that are going on in my life right now, just a little bit of a while ago, before getting myself into this said recording, is that I am unfortunately out of school at the moment. Now, if you guys want to know exactly what has happened, is that I got myself a little bit of an injury within my film school that I was at, and unfortunately, there was a lot of things going on. I think like the paramedics also showed up, which that was also pretty wild. And it was almost like a scene out of like out of like ER or like some sort of like Grey's Anatomy. Like I was like hooked up to like a heart monitor and all these other different things and whatnot. It was pretty wild, and it was just all just for like a simple type of like cut on my finger, which it was a little bit of a deep cut, but I don't really want to get into like too type of like kind of disgusting details, but let's just kind of just leave it at that. And it was not really a pretty good sight, but if you guys are wanting to know if I'm okay or anything, it's totally fine. I'm not like completely injured or bedridden or anything like that. It's just like it was just something that that the clinic that I went to had to basically put everything back together by just putting on some glue. And I think pretty much at this point in time now, just give it like probably like a couple few days or so, and my finger should be back to normal. But it's pretty crazy because now I've kind of literally started something, because originally before there was this type of piece of equipment that, since I'm in like the first term, they couldn't really, well, technically my teacher that's a part of this type of said program that I was in, and with the class that I was a part of the course in, he was trying to fight this whole entire thing about this one piece of equipment for like years, and finally it actually came and bit the actual said head of the school in the butt for that one, because now I got myself injured by that said piece of equipment, and it's supposed to be for later terms, but yeah, so unfortunately, that said piece of equipment is no more, and you can't really go and use it within my time of that said film school. But everything's good, and that's just what I kind of want to let you guys know about, like my daily life out here, because I know normally I don't really always like to go and always talk about my said like personal details all that too much, but just want to kind of just let you guys know about that if you guys are watching up to this point right now. Now, here we are getting some extra more money, and don't forget, getting new money is always something really good here in this game, because it's always nice to have that extra little bit of cash, because you never know what you're going to probably need to use it with. And mind you, we are going to have to go after some of those different said public work projects at some point. So now, mind you, I'm not going to go through all of the different public work projects, only the ones that actually matter to me the most. And that, of course, is going to have to be with the number one thing, that is going to be with Blathers. Because now, mind you, I did go and unfortunately screw up the type of consecutive times that I have to go and speak to Blathers. So I kind of have to restart the process again, and I actually do it all the way up for the 20 amount of times that we're going to have to do for that said way again. So hopefully by maybe like midway or maybe somewhere at like the tail end of June, I think we should be able to get the newly upgraded museum to have the silver fishing rods. And I just went and learned a little bit because I totally forgot, and I don't know if I ever would have specified about this. Now, I did say that the silver fishing rods are durable, and they do have a much more longer expiration date. But, however, if you want to capture some of the harder type of said fish, and there will be harder said fishes later on throughout other said months of the game, you might probably want to go and buy yourself a silver fishing rod just because of how annoying some of the harder set fishes are, because at some point you are going to be running into a situation where you're going to use the old rod and you're going to try and get a really hard fish like the Napoleon fish or maybe like the Dorado or something, and at that point in time your fishing rod's going to snap off, and you won't be able to pick them up right away because of just the timing. But however, this type of said fishing rod does have a much more longer wait time on the actual said bobber itself. So normally with the old fishing rod, you would pop out the bobber, and then unfortunately you won't actually get a hook, line, and sinker on the said fish right away on those hard ones. But with the silver fishing rod and or gold rod that you will go and find, but more so the silver fishing rod, that will help you out big time on that. So I highly suggest that getting a silver fishing rod or any of the silver equipment will be great for bugs and also for fish. But yeah, so here we are back over with Blathers, just making a little bit of a pit stop back over to him to assess some more of our fossils. And unfortunately, I did go and mess up on the Happy Home Academy, because I did go and specify about that, since I was just kind of going off on a tangent there with the other set silver equipment. But yes, the Happy Home Academy is now finally open at this point in time now. When you go and pay off your very first mortgage of your house and also get your said first house, there will be somebody blocking the Happy Home Academy area, and I believe you can actually take a look at other said different friends of yours for different said houses, and you can actually get different type of stat upgrade, well, not really stat upgrades, but get to know about your status of your house and get to know exactly what's happening there, say with some of your friends' houses as well. So unfortunately, the internet is not really a thing anymore, unless if you do some back type surfing on some other different said things, the other side of that. But either way, if you want to go and do that with some of your friends, you somewhat of a interesting experience with the Happy Home Academy. I don't really think I went into too much of that before, back in the day when the internet was actually a thing around within here. But either way, we got ourselves now with Tommy. We're going to go and just start selling some of our other things that I have. And let's see what we got. I believe we actually have some of the, I think there's like some bugs and some other like presents that we originally went and picked up with. So we're just going to kind of skip past through all of that. It looks like we went and picked up with an emerald too. Very nice. Normally don't get to see that very often. But there we go. 2,800 bells. So very good on that. We're going to still have to kind of build up more of our money as we go, but nice good start there. Okay, so now it's time to move off and continue onwards, and it looks like we're all the way back over here at Isabel. And this is where we are going to know about the citizen, like, I guess, public projects with these guys. This is where we'll be able to know about what type of citizens want with different said things of these type of public work projects, because when you actually go and start diving into the public work projects, which we will do in a later video, because at some point I will show you guys what exactly some of the citizens actually want. There will be like fountains, there will be like a police station, a resetti point, which I believe getting the reset station actually happens when you actually do go and talk to Resetti for the very first time. Now, we never actually met up with Resetti yet, but there will be a situation where I will accidentally forget to save the game, and Resetti will be there, and then that's how we'll be able to unlock that said station immediately right on after that. But yeah, so here's Tortimer here, the old geezer that's back all the way over here at this place. And yes, he is going to let us know about the boat driver that will actually be showing up here, but we have to wait for the next day on it. I'll get more into details with everything of Tortimer Island later. There's quite a bit of things that will happen after once we do go and head down to there. Oh, and yes, and we can't forget about this. On certain days, whenever you're hanging around alongside the beach, this little seagull guy that's going to be showing up here, I think he's a seagull or a pelican. I don't really know exactly what he is. I think he's more so of a seagull. This is Gulliver here. I believe he always gets himself shipwrecked, and he will always show up to your places. And now, normally he would tell you that originally before, like with him in his boat and how it crashed somewhere, he was originally, or maybe he like fell off a boat or something like that. I don't know if he actually owns his own boat, but either way, he fell off a boat and he crash landed here, and then you have to go and do a little bit of like a quiz with him, and he'll go and say what type of place that he wanted to go to, and you just have to guess exactly what's happening here. Now, I believe for this one in particular, is like he's going to be saying something about something with like windmills and whatnot, so that kind of gives you somewhat of a pretty nice good type of leeway into thinking that, well, with windmills and whatnot, that could probably kind of lead us into something maybe like Netherlands related, and that's where we're going to actually be clicking on, is going to be with that button there. So yeah, so let's go and help him out, and let's figure out exactly what he wants to do. Hey, what the heck? He brought up with something about Old Barbary, a road port here. So I guess this man actually knows a little bit about who this said Barbary character is. Yeah, so it's really famous for tulips. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit of something else there too. And then also, of course, with the said gigantic windmills. So tulips and windmills, that kind of feels like, yeah, that could probably be Netherlands. All I can really kind of think of is like my sister's like little magnet that she went to the Netherlands, and that did have tulips and a windmill in it. So that kind of helps out a little bit on that one. Alright, and I think with that being said, we are going to go and end off this video for today, and that's all that we're going to go and play it out here for this video. So, with all that going on, I'll see you guys in the next one, and of course, peace.